that sun feels good. Okay, good morning, or welcome to whatever time you are in. My name is Olivia, and I just want to share about 20 of the exercises that have been working for me with my broken metaphysis. Let's get right into it. That's pretty loud. Okay, I turned it down a little bit. Let's start with rolling the wrists. So if you're excited just to start moving, you're already warmed up, feel free to check the description, skip a few minutes ahead to the push-ups and all the rest. But if you're kind of like me, maybe you woke up recently or maybe you had other stuff, roll your wrists the other way. We'll take a couple of minutes just to warm up the joints of the body. And to clarify, you don't have to have an injury to do this practice. Let's roll around the elbows. It's going to be and the elbows the other way. It's going to be about, words. Sometimes when I teach and we'll do a couple big shoulder circles, like I'll do the class first so that I feel all warm and I've moved. The shoulders the other way. All right, great. Let's do a couple body waves. If you can sit cross-legged, feel free. It's more comfortable for me to get in this V. This is kind of like a seated cat-cow. I'm rolling forward and back on my sit bones and also articulating through my spine. So we're just making some waves. And then go ahead, if you can, maybe put your hands on your knees and just make circles around your guts. Move in the viscera a bit. This is probably going to make you burp. Maybe. And we'll take that in the other direction. My concern right now, because I'm recording this as I do it, so I'll have to edit out a lot of burp noises. Okay. That's like gross, but what's going through my head? Circle your ankle. If you have an uninjured one, I started on that side. It's goofy this morning. I hope you're in a good mood wherever you are. Circle your ankle the other way. And if you're not, maybe I can share my good mood with you and that will feel good. But bad moods are totally valid. Circle your knee. Not trying to push it away. There's a term I learned, circle your knee the other way, here maybe a year ago, and the term was vicarious resilience. Let's switch feet. If you're able to circle your ankle on the other side, go ahead. And circle that ankle the other way. And this term vicarious resilience has really stuck with me. And then go ahead and do the knee. Because I think probably all heard about vicarious trauma, knee the other way. But the idea that we could share kind of some of our good vibes is something I've been leaning into. All right, to warm up the hips a bit, this is like sort of windshield wiper. You could keep your hands up if that feels comfortable. You could keep them on the ground and kind of lean back into it. You don't have to go as fast or as slow as I am. Feel free to pause. Just noticing if there's any spots that are real tight. You know, you can always pause this video, give them a little more of a stretch. If there's any spots that are saying, please don't work me harder today, it's just nice to notice that before we get into the rest of the movements. Honor your body, honor your limitations, especially if you have an injury. Just try to rest. It's so challenging sometimes. Okay. Last little warm-up move before we get more challenge cat-cow. Oh my. If you're looking at the screen, you might be noticing I'm not exactly doing a cat-cow, so feel free to, it's just a chance to move your spine, feel what's tight, if you haven't, it can be nice to do sort of these funny little cat-cow-ish barrel rolls. It's like making some circles with your heads and hips. And in the opposite direction. Okay, I'm feeling warmer. Let's start with some push-ups. Ooh, I know, surprise, just right out the gate. If that feels abrupt and not what you want, shoulder taps are a good alternative. I just am actually still kind of cold, and push-ups are really hard for me, and so they warm me up pretty fast. I didn't want to light my fire this morning because, as you can see, push-ups are hard. The sun is coming through very strongly, and here in another hour it's going to be roasting in here. If the push-ups are getting challenging, you could mix in some rest, pause, Superman at the bottom. That's nice to be done with. Okay, taking a little pressure off the wrists, forearms to the ground. Little glutes and hips circle here. You're welcome to stay on your palms if that's comfortable. My wrists are not loving all the wrist pressure I've been giving them, so I like to give them a break as often as I can. Let's take those circles in the opposite direction. Try to keep breathing. Hopefully your body's just, doing that for you, but it's pretty common if an exercise is hard to hold the breath, so keep the oxygen moving. Awesome. Switching legs. A disclaimer I will try to remember to give earlier in these videos is that I'm not, officially certified in any of the things. So please consult your doctor. Take care of yourself. Don't trust randos on the internet with your health. Okay, circle the other direction. But I personally have loved finding videos. I'm several weeks into my injury now, and when I started finding videos that gave me examples of things that I could still do, oh gosh, it was so exciting. So it's nice to imagine giving that to someone else. Okay, let's go for some not cat-cow, bird dog. So opposite arm and leg, extend and curl them in under your body. And I hope that you've already noticed that you can take as much time as you want to move between poses, between shapes rather. These aren't static holds. And if you wish there was more or less time, I hope you can just, or I'll show you in the description, you can download this little app that I'm using or set any other recurring timer on your phone. I'm going to hold my bird dog out and do little pulses up. And then you can have whatever intervals you want easily at home. Okay, opposite side. This is the side with my boot, and I just want to normalize if anyone else is wearing a boot. The range of motion is probably not as good because the boot is awkward. But I still find it worthwhile and better than nothing. You can hold that arm and leg out there, little pulses. This is fun. Okay, I'm gonna turn away from you for this first move. Sorry, kind of funny. Here's my booty. We're gonna come into a modified side plank and do a little side crunch. I grew up doing a lot of performance art, and so turning my back on the camera, it's kind of like when you're on stage and it just feels very much like something that shouldn't be happening. And a lot of times when people teach classes, you may have noticed online, they will turn their body around to keep facing the camera, but with my foot injury, it's just a bit much for me. Cool. Lowering down, staying on that same side. You join, bring the foot in and out, raising it up, lowering it down. Checking that you're not sinking too much into your shoulder, keeping some tone in your lower forearm is pressing down into the ground. And I hope you're having a good time with it too. I know that this sunshine that we're having in the Pacific Northwest, this is pretty much probably the last day of it for who knows how long. The 10-day forecast turns to very gray, very rainy, which I also enjoy. I'm from here, I love it here. And it's nice to soak in the warmth while I can. Okay, come into your stomach. We'll do a little back strengthening in between sides. I'm going to press my feet down, lift my upper body up. And you could pulse there, do like a rolling cobra if that's enough or that's just the right activity for you. I hope you can see me around that mic stand. You could stay up if that feels okay on your back and add in these little, just kind of, it burns, arm movements. I'm laughing at myself because I still find this one funny to cue, but I enjoy doing it. Beautiful. Rolling to the opposite side. Hang my boot a little bit off the edge of my yoga platform here. Side curl, side crunch, whatever this is. Oh, the sun feels good. And if having your injured foot down is ever uncomfortable, there's a couple ways to like put pillows or blocks or things kind of around that leg to give it some support, but also just encourage you to rest, to find other activities that maybe don't hurt it. Like I said, I'm many weeks into my recovery. I'm still wearing the boot, but I'm really definitely, the healing is happening. It was really not obvious. For like the first 4 or 5 weeks, I just felt like shit all the time. I hurt all the time. And so if that's where you're at, I just send you a big hug. It's really hard. Okay. Also, this side feels so much easier because I don't have a boot on my foot. Sometimes I do wear a heavy shoe to get the symmetry, but other times I remember that my left leg is doing a ton of extra work in my daily life, helping me limp around and lift a lot of my weight. So I'm just trying to let it be okay. Things are asymmetrical right now. come to the back. We're going to have a little rolling bridge moment with optional jazzercise style hip pulses. So this is a rolling bridge. I'm able to press my heels into the ground. If you really can't do that with your injury in your boot, you can try it one-legged. Or you could get something to put under your knees. You could loop your feet. Oh, I'll do a video showing that over a chair. Press down with your calves. If you feel like it, one of the times when you roll up, you can do a little hip extension pulses. And this really, really makes me think of like a jazzercise video, which I'm still kind of salty I never got to be in. I just want to make one with my friends for the fun of it. If my friends and you're into that, please let me know. Okay. I think we're moving into the Pilates roll-up, yes. So, rolling up. You can fold forward if that hamstring stretch feels good, or you can just roll straight back down again. If this is not a good choice in your body, some people tell me they get a lot of lower back discomfort, any other kind of ab work that you can tolerate comfortably is a great choice. Sorry, I'm making such weird noises. Okay, let's do a dead bug. I'm gonna keep going on this ab train for a little bit. I like to do this with my feet turned a little bit out. I got this from a YouTuber named Carolyn Jordan. She's got a pretty rad, a whole like hurt foot fitness program. I may or may not check out. I'm trying to be budget conscious. I feel like it's probably worth it, but her videos are great. I've got a playlist of other broken foot friendly exercises you can find in the description. My biggest complaint about other people's videos is they don't tell me what they're going to teach. And so I just really love having that in advance. Like I like being able to just scan and be like, what would I want to modify? What would I want for myself? So it's very much informing how I'm sharing what I'm sharing. Okay, great. Bicycles. I like to do them kind of slow and with this breath pattern that goes. Feel free to do it faster. Feel free to stay up. Oh. Feel free to feel the burn. Okay. All right. This is, I know, it's so hard for me, but I like it. So it's this fucking, sorry, disclaimer, I swear. Lower ab, little ankle tap thing. It's so hard. Keep breathing. I'm just kind of letting myself rest. I'm not the best person to demo this one, let's be real. Maybe I could normalize that. It's difficult though. I think it's so difficult for me because my lower back really wants to lift off the ground, and so I don't go very low to, like, my lower abs is like burning, and that's all the lower I'm going. So I know sometimes I see people and their feet are like right at the ground. I'm like, how the shit are you doing that? Okay, that's enough of that. Let's come back to our upper bodies though, and I'm gonna offer more push-ups. Let's break it up with some shoulder taps. So I'm gonna go shoulder tap, push up, shoulder tap, push up. If you want to give your brain something to remember, you could try to alternate which hand taps first. Oh, the sweat is happening. This is nice. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna offer 2 minutes of a balance pose. This is one I've shown in another class, but I just want to show it again. I've shown most of this stuff in other classes, but I like it. Bring in your weight. I'll start on my uninjured side. And then pressing that whole shin down into the ground. See if you can float your other leg up off the ground. Do whatever with your arms to help yourself balance. Whew. And this is hard. It's hard. I mean, maybe it's easy for you, but like I find it very challenging, and I enjoy it very much. If you can bring your leg up and around. The ground's not very far away. It's okay to fall down. Sweet. Switching sides. So if you've got a boot and you're balancing on a booted side, a block under the knee can really help. And again, just this is really going to depend on like what exact injury you have, if it's feasible. It happens to be reasonable for me. And being a yoga nerd who used to spend quite a bit of time balancing, I was so grateful to have this just as a way to kind of scratch that please give me a balance pose itch. I guess I could do more hand balancing, but y'all saw how much I struggle with push-ups, so my hand balance game is a work in progress. The toe box of the boot actually helps quite a bit with stability on this side, but I'm trying not to press in it too much, of course. Beautiful. All right, gently coming down from that. I'm gonna say we've got just 2 minutes left here. I'm gonna do a little more balancing with a back rock. So, rocking back, coming back up, balancing on my sit bones. If that doesn't feel good on your spine, you could just balance up here. You don't have to do the back rock. You don't have to do any of this. I hope you're doing whatever you want. More Pilates roll-ups. Probably also be fun right here. Feel free to make the shape more dramatic. Why not? Fun ways to balance. Okay, for some reason I decided last thing should be abs. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to suggest this little washing machine twisting action. It burns. If it's very challenging, like it is for me right now, you could just put your feet on the ground. That makes it a bit more reasonable. 10 more seconds, or be done at any time. please move more gently with yourself than I just did. Oh, I hope you have time to give yourself a stretch and a cool down. I definitely recommend it. Or maybe this just made you want more. I have other videos, you can check them out. Okay, thanks for joining. Thanks for watching to the end. Hope you're feeling good and taking good care of yourself. Love you guys. Bye.